Good morning, afternoon, or good night, I guess. Welcome to Mrs. Blair's virtual back to school night. It's my first back to school night virtually in the 22 years that I've been teaching. So, here we go. Welcome to third grade. Your child is in my third grade class. I have 3 different schools, Barton, Orange, and Norco L. So we're just going to be called the Blair Bunch. And that's how we're going to roll since we're at so many different schools. Okay, so here we go. A motto of mine from Helen Keller is, alone we can do so little, but together we can do so much. And parents, because we're going virtual, I'm really going to need your help. You're going to become known as something as a learning coach, and you're really going to need to help your child succeed. So for you and me to work together, it's so important, even if it's done virtually. Here's a little bit about myself. Tab it again. All right, just to let you know, I live and work in Corona. I go to Norco. The Norco Target is one of my favorite places to be. So I will be out and about. You'll probably recognize me from this crazy hair of mine. So I'm in Corona. I have 3 children that are learning just like your kids. I have a senior in high school at Santiago, I have a 10th grader at Santiago, and I have a 5th grader at Coron Ranch. And all of them are learning just like your kids are too. So we're going to give ourselves some grace this period as we challenge these new, or face these new challenges as we become virtual performers instead. Let's see. I am an avid runner. I love running. I love working out. I love chips and salsa. I think I can eat chips and salsa for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay. All right, here's a little bit about me. I went to Cal State Fullerton. I got my master's degree in education. All right, I have 22 years of teaching. I've taught 2nd grade, 3rd grade, 4th grade, and 5th grade. This is my 10th year teaching 3rd grade, and my first year teaching virtually. So again, it's all about grace this year. All right, success. Take a second and think about what success means to you. What word would you describe to say that your child is successful? I want you to take a moment. Do you want your child to master all their multiplication facts? Do you want your child to be happy? Do you want your child to be a good citizen? Think about what success means to you and make that happen. It's sometimes some of us aren't always good at school, especially this virtual school. It can be very, very challenging. So think about the success words that you want to describe your child on being successful and work toward those goals this year. All right, we're going to have the best year ever virtually, but what does this mean? We're going to need to work together. It's going to be you and me working together to help your child be successful so that they don't give up and they don't struggle and they ask questions. And I'm hoping that your 3rd grade child will be able to email me anytime because they're going to be expert computer whizzes. All right, this is our transition. In the spring, we did distance learning where it didn't affect grades very much. The kids didn't have to really participate. It was just kind of enrichment activities, okay? We are skipping remote because you all chose virtual. So what virtual is looking like is a whole year of online. You will not be going back to the classroom. You're going to be in my virtual class all year, which means we're going to be talking and communicating through the computer for an entire year. When all of the remote kids get to go back to school, eventually maybe, we will stay at home doing the virtual program Edgenuity. So listen, you're going to have some courses to finish. You're going to have to make sure you get on every day. You're going to have to show up every day. I'm going to be taking attendance and you are going to be getting grades this year. So let me go into the Edgenuity program. Oh, our schedule. All right, summer is over. It is time to get back on that working horse and figure out a school schedule. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm from Corona Ranch, and Corona Ranch starts at 7:45. But our virtual bell schedule is from 8:30 to 2:30. Okay, and your child is going to have about 4 hours of virtual work through the Edgenuity program that the district bought. So we need to set a schedule. Your kid needs to go to bed early at a reasonable time. No more 10 o'clock, no more 11 o'clock, playing on their phones or playing video games till 1 a.m. in the morning. We gotta go to bed early, and we gotta wake up early as well. School first and video games last. I know, for me, I'm a mom with 3 kids, and I've got that little carrot of video games. My kids could play Fortnite all day long if I let them. I don't let them, but if I did let them, they would play Fortnite all day long. So it's time to do school first, and then when school's over, then you can play video games. Okay? We're gonna make sure you go to bed early and early to rise. All assignments are going to be posted weekly. So this means through the Google Classroom, and then the district has already implemented the Edgenuity program and has laid out everything for you per the district, okay? It's going to be fluid and consistent. All right, so our school day, when your child wakes up at 8 o'clock in the morning, they're going to log into Google Classroom. They're going to watch the YouTube video that I'm going to post. They're going to complete the slides using 100% effort with complete sentences, because we're in 3rd grade this year and we are learning to write a paragraph. So we need to make sure that they are working on that. All right? We're gonna, I really, really want you to focus and realize that your kid cannot sit behind the computer for 4 hours. They're going to have 4 hours of work each day required by our district, 240 minutes, but they cannot sit behind a computer for all those times. So you're gonna need to stop, and you're gonna need to take some brain breaks and then attack again. Now listen, if your child takes too many breaks, then their day is going to last way longer than 2:30. I know as a mom, my kids took too many breaks during the spring, and they were working until 5 p.m. So don't do that. We're gonna start the day with breakfast and maybe an exercise, and we are Zooming at 9. So you need to be ready to go for our Zoom meetings at 9 a.m. every single day. Please check to see how your child's doing, and your goal is to complete 1 module per day. All right, let's take a look at Edgenuity. This week, I got some training on Edgenuity. The district trained us. It is a district set pacing the course, so the district has mapped out the year for you. They've chosen the lessons, and they've put them all together for our students to complete. You're gonna log in and work at your pace, but your goal is to finish 1 module per week. 1 module in language arts, 1 module in science, 1 module in social studies, and 1 module in math. It is an awesome program because it will tell you how your child's doing. It will send progress reports. It will tell you if your child's behind pace. It will show you all of those things. Let's see. The best news about this, I don't know if you know about Edgenuity, but your child's gonna need a learning coach. And the learning coach is someone at home, a parent, a guardian. Every child will need a learning coach to complete Edgenuity, the virtual program, okay? I'm hoping and crossing my fingers you have scanners and printers at home, because some of the material that comes through Edgenuity is going to need to be scanned, uploaded, and sent to me via email, okay? Sign up for the notifications. I know my child did this program over the summer, and I signed up for notifications, and I got progress reports. On my phone, they sent me messages on when he or she completed the work. It was really, really good. So make sure you sign up for notifications. Please watch the videos with your child. There's a whole bunch of videos on Edgenuity, so you can get started and kind of play with it before we dive into it. Slow down. After every lesson, there is a quiz. And on some of the quizzes, your child can only take it 1 time, so slow down. The best part about Edgenuity is it tells you how long your child has been on Edgenuity and how long it took them to complete the lesson. So if they completed a lesson in 30 seconds, you're gonna know that they flipped very quickly through, and they're probably not gonna do very good on the quiz. So that's where the learning coach comes involved, and you're gonna really have to help your child. So first and most, before we start Edgenuity, tag somebody at your house to find out who is going to be the learning coach, because it is somebody in the home. Okay, some goals for our classroom. We're gonna have a positive environment even though it's through the computer. We're gonna work together and have cooperation, especially the learning coach and the teacher. We have to work together. We're gonna have a growth mindset and not say that we can't do it, but figure out new ways to get things done that are very, very difficult. We're going to goal set and figure out something that we can do every day that's going to make us feel really, really, really good about ourselves. And we're going to have responsibility. And parents, this is going to fall on you too, because I really need your child to have academic and computer integrity, which means I know as a mom, sometimes it's really easy to just go, oh my God, what are you going to put? Let me type it in really quickly. But if your child's getting all A's on all the virtual assignments, but struggling in the classroom, then I'm gonna think that they don't need help and push them even harder. So I really wanna get a good look at where your child is so I can fill in those areas. Like the first week of school, we're gonna be doing the iReady diagnostic, and I need that to be accurate so I can group the kids in the correct groups to meet the needs of all my students. So if you help them with this or you do the test for them, I'm not going to get an accurate read on your child, nor can I help your child. So please, please, please do that. Okay, I know this is crazy, but we're going to have some Zoom rules. I think I became a Zoom rule expert after spring. All right, we're going to find a quiet place to meet. It's so important to find a quiet place to meet so they can hear and they can listen and they're not distracted from all around. Okay, TV's off. You're going to make sure your microphone is on mute. You're going to raise your hand when you want to say something or have a question. You're going to unmute yourself when asked to be called on. Be patient when people are talking. You're going to leave the meeting once the meeting ends. We're going to come to the meeting prepared. We're going to come to the meeting dressed and ready for school since we're meeting at 9 a.m. And you're going to have all the materials that you're going to need with you, which includes a whiteboard and some markers and your writing journal. Okay, and then we're going to use our time wisely. Okay, and so those are some Zoom meeting rules. We're going to sit in a chair. We're not going to bring our pet Harry to the meeting and comb Harry while Mrs. Blair is trying to teach. It's very, very hard for me to control all of those things. So parents, when we have our Zoom at 9 a.m., I'd like for you to peek in and check on your child to make sure they're not spinning around in their chair or picking their hair or eating hamburgers while I'm Zooming. All of those are very, very distracting. Okay, when you also come into the Zoom meeting, it's really, really important to write your name when you join, because if you put like Mrs. Pigley, I don't have a Mrs. Pigley, and so I'm not going to invite you into my Zoom from the wait list. So please make sure you put your appropriate name. No silly names in the sign-in of the Zoom. Okay, so some positive reinforcements. I'm going to give some praises. I'm going to give some smiles. I'm going to do some phone calls home, and I'm going to have a raffle for kids who finish their work on time. All right, so some materials that you're going to need. I know the school district or your site has provided some supplies for you. I also personally dropped off envelopes to each of the school sites that I teach at, and I'm going to cross my fingers that you have that envelope and receive that envelope. If you did not receive that envelope, go back to your site and said, Mrs. Blair left us an envelope. Where is that envelope? Because it has really important things inside of it. You're going to need some pencils, correcting pens, expo markers, a set of highlighters, green, yellow, pink, a whiteboard, 3 composition books, and the composition books just like this. You can find them for like 25 cents at Target. And you're going to need a working station. So your kids, this was my kids' working station. It was at a table, and they all had a working station with all the materials they need. But most importantly, what I didn't put up here is you're going to need a computer. So if you don't have a computer, the school district is giving away computers. So please, please, please make sure that you have a computer. If you don't have a computer, go back to your site and say, I need a computer. And they will help you, because each child in your household is going to need their own computer to get this virtual work done, because most of it is going to be done on the computer. Okay? Remember, our work day is going to be about 4 hours of work each day for your child. So the later they wake up and they push the day back further and further, they might be working all day. So we don't want that to happen. All right, PE. It's mandated that PE is 20 minutes per day of physical activity. Kids will fill out a log on Google Classroom, and that's where they're going to get their PE grades. So if you don't fill out the log, then you're not going to get PE credit for that. You can jump rope, go on a hike or a walk, ride your bike, do a YouTube video, a workout video, swimming in a pool, skating, or be creative. I know some of your schools are doing 100-mile clubs, so if I were you, I would keep a log of all the miles that I'm doing. So then you can reach out to your school site and say, hey, I want to join 100-mile club. So that's something to think about too. All right, ways to contact me. Here's my email address. You can add to the Remind app. Here's the link to join. 100% you must add to my Google Classroom. That's where I'm going to communicate the most with parents. So I'm hoping that you're on my Google Classroom ASAP. Okay. With that being the end of my presentation, I please want you to make sure you have a couple things before so we can be successful. You need to make sure you have a computer, either your home computer or one from the district. You need to make sure that you go to my Google Classroom and sign up for my Zoom. The first couple of days of school, I'm going to be Zoom conferencing with parents to answer any of your questions, to get to know your child a little bit, and it's at like a 20-minute conference, so please sign up for that. I will only meet with the parents that sign up for that conference. And then Edgenuity is not going to start the first week of school, but it's going to start the second week of school. So if you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to me via email, through the Remind app, or even through Google Classroom. And I can't wait to meet you.